Let's do this. Okay. So guys, before we begin, I have to tell you something. Today is my birthday. The reason why I told you this was not to get the clapping, well, maybe a little bit. But it's basically because yesterday a friend of mine, Josh, are you in the audience? If you're in the audience, raise your hand. Josh, he's over there. People, that is Josh. So Josh invited me for dinner yesterday, and we had a great bottle of wine, and then another, and then another. So if this session sucks, he has offered to reimburse all of your tickets. So go look for Josh at the end of the session, okay? Okay, so as long as the clicker works, yes, it's always the same. Who's afraid of great advertising? Before I say anything else, let's just see the first video.
Can a burger cause nightmares? That's what Burger King asked us when they came to us with this new burger. And we're here to see if it truly deserves to be called the Nightmare King. So from different studies in the past, we know that foods can affect dreams and sleep quality. And we're going to be looking at specific mixtures of proteins and see if that can actually disrupt a person's sleep and possibly induce a nightmare.
So basically what we're doing tonight is a polysomnography. We're going to be putting a couple of electrodes on your head, and we're going to check for electrical brain activity. We're going to make sure to see what type of stage of sleep you're in, and we're going to determine if you have nightmares or not. What do you see?
A green hamburger.
I see bacon, beef, chicken. I have to eat the whole thing.
You have to eat it all.
With this burger, the impact on sleep is going to be primarily based on all the different proteins in there.
You've got to do it all. Finish up, little man. Sweet dreams.
It wouldn't be out of this world to experience something vivid in their sleep. So right here you can see the subject's brain activity is picking up, and so is their heart rate, which may have displayed a nightmare. Okay, look at this subject's heart rate is going up. They're having a tachycardia during sleep. He's in a REM state. You can see some theta waves, and you can see some rapid eye deflections. This tells us that he's dreaming. They're having a disruption in their sleep at the moment.
I remember hearing voices and like people walking around talking. When I would wake up, I think I didn't hear the voices.
Someone in my dream turned into the burger. The burger then transformed into the figure of a snake.
Besides waking up, turning around once in a while because of the cables, it didn't bother me.
In the water, I was swimming, and I remember I saw like alien coming up from the water and was trying to attack this little boat I was on.
Our clinical study proves that the Nightmare King increases your chances of having nightmares by 3.5 times.
Okay, so we actually spend a lot of money to be able to tell people that our new burger is actually kind of bad for you because it will give you nightmares. So this is what really excites me about working with the Burger King brand, is that the brand has really become fearless in its mission and its desire to participate in popular culture in a relevant way. Because great ideas are supposed to be scary, whether you like this idea or any of the ideas that I'm going to show. But great ideas, when they are put in front of you, they are going to make you ass your pants. That's the way it works. If you do not feel a lot of anxiety, I say that if you can sleep before the launch of a campaign without some heavy medication, it's probably not a good campaign. So, what is my advice? Well, be scared. Be afraid. Be very afraid. And then push through. And let me tell you something. Not a lot of people will help you in this journey because everybody's going to get scared as well. So a great idea will die 100 times before it sees the light of day. And it's up to you, if you are managing a brand, and if you really want your brand to be part of people's lives in a relevant way, it's up to you to resuscitate the idea and keep bringing it back to life. Before I worked for Burger King, I worked for Coca-Cola, and I just wanted to share an idea that seemed very scary for a lot of people inside of the company, but for me, it was an obvious idea for us to do because it's about the values that the brand has always stand up for. So let's take a look.
Será que essa Coca é Fanta?
Mas essa Coca é Fanta.
Essa Coca é Fanta.
Essa Coca-Cola é Fanta.
É um ódio que cresce cada vez mais.
Quando isso cansa.
A campanha foi chamada de Essa Coca é Fanta. E daí?
Eles transformaram aquele jargão.
Colocaram Fanta dentro da Coca.
Eu estou apaixonada.
Passaram na Coca-Cola!
Essa Coca é Fanta, e daí?
E daí?
Essa Coca é orgulho, essa Coca é o respeito. Essa Coca é Fanta.
Thank you. Thank you. There was so much fear around this idea, just so you guys know, that we wanted to do it really, really big. But in the end, it had to start as something that was done exclusively inside of the company. Because people are so afraid that it would get out of control, which, by the way, is a great thing when an idea gets out of control, because it's really part of an organic conversation. But people were so afraid that we said, okay, so we are going to do it first just for the employees. We just want to give this special can of Coca-Cola for the employees. But the employees started posting online, and it started to pick up organically, completely organic, and then people saw the power of the idea. The idea happened by itself, and then a lot of people embraced the idea as well, and we were able to make it bigger. But people will fight you. People will fight great ideas, and you have to have it in you to really fight for the ideas that you believe. Coca-Cola was the first brand to put a black and a white person together in an ad, in the history of advertising. And this is why I felt so confident that we should be doing this. Because if we didn't do this, we were not being truthful to the story, to the history, and the values of the brand. Also, something that people are afraid of the time is how are we going to play a role in popular culture? And I think Burger King has been doing a great job. I'm going to play the next video, but I'm going to talk on top of the video. So if you guys can just take away the sound. This is a campaign that we did about net neutrality. It was one of the most talked about campaigns in Burger King history. And in the beginning we said, when the agency brought the idea to us, we asked ourselves, can we really talk? Can Burger King, a burger brand, a fast food brand, talk about net neutrality? And in the end, the campaign was so successful in explaining to people what net neutrality really was, which all you guys here understand, but have you tried explaining it to someone? It's crazy. And we actually used the Whopper, our most iconic burger, to explain to people what net neutrality really was. And in the session of the US Senate that reinstated net neutrality, one of the senators used the Burger King campaign as part of her argument to reinstate net neutrality. So if you think your brand cannot go there, let me tell you, it can. It's probably you who is afraid to go where your brand can take you. Now, something else. Make fun of your product. For the love of God, don't take yourself too seriously. Burger King is able to joke about other things and about other brands and about people in general because we make a lot of fun of we make lots of fun of ourselves. We are a self-deprecating brand by nature. So when we launched this delivery idea, I mean, if you guys have a dog, you know what it's like to have a burger and a dog. It's not an enjoyable experience. So we launched this campaign for delivery, and we would deliver to you a small treat that was flavored just like a Whopper, so that your freaking dog will leave you alone to enjoy the burger. But people say, oh, you're putting your product, your most iconic burger, next to dog food. People will say it's dog food. No, they will not. First of all, people don't think that much about advertising. People don't do masters. They don't care. They just want to have a good time. So talk to them in a simple, easy way. And don't be afraid of making fun of your product, or don't be afraid of associations, crazy associations that can only be explained inside of a social communications class. Also, don't be afraid to have a point of view. This is an idea that came from Brazil, something that we like at Burger King from the global team's perspective, is to push great ideas that come from all over the world. And this is an idea that came during a very sensitive time in Brazil's history. And I think it was very successful because it wasn't afraid of having a point of view. Let's see it.
Não, gente, debate é uma vergonha.
Eu tenho dois políticos para votar. Um é o branco e o outro é o nulo. Eu não votaria em ninguém.
Vou votar branco. Tá tudo uma...
Hoje eu votaria em branco.
Branco.
Tá levinho, hein?
Pera, mas tá faltando...
Faltou a carne, né? E o bacon.
Tá de brincadeira. Cebola e maionese.
Não, muito ruim.
Este é o Whopper em branco, um sanduíche com ingredientes escolhidos por outra pessoa. E quando alguém escolhe no seu lugar, não dá pra reclamar do resultado.
E facada no meu coração.
Escolheram por nós.
Eu ainda tenho tempo pra votar, pera.
Não vou votar mais em branco, não. Cara.
Seria bem ruim 4 anos desse lanche.
Cool. So this was the most talked about campaign in the history of Burger King in Brazil. And by the way, just recently Burger King passed the clown and became the #1 preferred fast food brand in Brazil. And the reason is the team is willing to do great advertising, however scary it may be. Something else that I would advise you is break the rules. The rules will never allow you to do a great idea. If an idea that is brought to you, you know exactly how to execute it, when they bring the idea to you, probably not a very good idea. So for example, and I'm going to talk over this video as well, this is an idea that came from Romania. In Romania, you have one Burger King. It's at the airport. After security. So you can only eat a Whopper in Romania if you're traveling. So we created a partnership with the most popular website for travel to purchase tickets in Romania that would monitor very inexpensive tickets. So you would find a ticket for 12 euros, 9 euros, and you would buy the ticket, go past security, go to Burger King, and if you miss your flight, we give you a Whopper. The police wasn't happy about this idea. We were bringing people to the airport for unknown reasons. And they actually prohibited the idea. We did it just as well. Everything, I mean, we were not breaking the law, but we were not going to refrain from breaking the rules that were created because they liked it in the beginning and then they didn't like it anymore. Which is also what happens when you're trying to push a great idea to life. Something else, face your stakeholders. So this is what kills maybe 80–90% of great ideas inside of a company. So this is Burger King's Burning Stores campaign. It basically shows pictures of real Burger Kings that caught fire through history, because we are the only fast food brand that flame grills its burgers. So we like fire. Fire is better. But when you like fire, and when you play with fire, something like this can happen. Do you think that the franchisees, the first time that they heard about the idea, do you think that they were excited to know that the stores are going to be burning? Some of them said, oh, it's going to raise the cost for insurance because we're telling everyone that we have fire and that the stores can catch on fire. But you have to bring them in, you know? You have to speak their language. You have to understand their point of view. And you have to make them excited as well. But if you simply refrain because you are afraid of what they will say, then you will never get the opportunity to bring them to your side. Also, you should bring the lawyers to your side. And I know that because I am a lawyer. True, I went to law school. And with lawyers, it's very simple what you have to do. You have to have patience, more patience. Did I mention patience? Yes. So again, talk to them, and then you're going to be able to do stuff like this. So this is a campaign called McMansions. These are real pictures from executives, former executives from McDonald's. And what do they all have in common? In all of their backyards, what did you see? A grill. So they know fire is better. Even they know. They like, when they are at home, they don't fry their burgers like they do to you guys. They flame grill. Can you imagine the conversation with the lawyers? The agency, this was actually the first idea when I moved into Burger King, the agency showed me. And the first slide of the presentation from the agency said, if you do this idea, you are going to get sued. They wanted to see if I was going to ask my pants. I did a little bit, but we still did it. So, make sure no one dies. This is important. Delivery campaign, this just came out. So I'm excited to share with you guys. You know, it's not good to drive under the influence of your hunger. You can end up doing this. So, we will bring the Whopper to you. Now, those are real pictures as well. Real accidents. These things happen, unfortunately, more often than we would like. And before we did the campaign, we made sure that no one that was in the accidents died. So, make sure no one dies. And the last thing that I want to share, F the hype. So when everybody is going that way, consider going that way.
The Whopper is back. It never left, but it's back. Flame grilled, just like you. With vegetables fresh and flying, just like you. The Whopper lives in a bun mansion, just like you. Order yourself today. Burger King, have it Uruguay. BK logo appears.
Another one.
The chicken crossed the road to become a sandwich. Burger King encouraged the chicken. Made with white meat chicken. Bed of lettuce for you to sleep on. Bed of mayonnaise for extra sleep. The chicken sandwich from Burger King. Tastes like bird. BK logo appears.
Last one. This is a radio.
This ad was created by artificial intelligence.
Hello, friend 2. You are human. You are friend.
I don't know you, friend 1. You only live inside radio commercial.
Become friend. Allow access these chicken fries from Burger King to your mouth gate.
Eat, eat, eat. Wow, we are chicken persons now, aren't we?
Affirmatively correct.
Why is Creepy King staring at chicken persons?
He is creepy. He lives inside radio commercial also.
Burger Kingdom is radio commercial for friendship.
Burger King, home of the chicken persons.
Most of all, guys, love what you do, and the rest will follow. Thank you very much.